This project truly is a win-win. The operating costs are on par or better than what we were achieving before. The community has trust in us. They have comfort that their water is clean as it possibly can be from airport sources.
This is probably the hardest part of my job, the de-icing. It's seasonal, but it's very unique, and because we don't de-ice airplanes, our tenants de-ice airplanes. We're just responsible for making sure whatever they use doesn't get out to the environment.
This system is it's a requirement from a regulatory standpoint, so we need to do something. So if we're going to do something, why not do it the most efficient way?
We used to run a system whereby we would have catch basin inserts, little plugs in the catch basins, so the water would build up on top and we'd run around with vacuum trucks and suck it up and then take it to be treated somewhere else. Well, this system is more of a passive collection system, so the water is allowed to go into the drain. This sensor senses if there's glycol or not, and if it's at a certain concentration that wouldn't be good for the water, then it comes to the treatment facility. It gets stored in 2.9 million gallon tanks and then treated through the system.
The technology that's used in the system is an anaerobic fluidized bed reactor, an AFBR, it's what we call it. It uses anaerobic bacteria to convert the glycol in the deicer into methane, and it's burned in the boilers to heat the water that's coming in. It's much more efficient to put it in a treatment system like this and control how much is coming in so that you can control the environment and make sure that the bugs are working at their best, and that way we get the cleanest possible water going out all the time, every day.
The system was designed around a gate de-icing operation. They typically like to de-ice and be able to take off within a few minutes. This system allows them to do that as opposed to leaving the gates, going to a centralized de-icing facility and having to spend more time on the ground prior to takeoff. There are 4 systems like this in the world, and we've been fortunate enough to design 3 of those 4 systems.
Here we've actually managed to make a lot of improvements in the control and monitoring of the system to make the job of the operators easier. The system doesn't have to be manned 24 hours a day. Operators will get alarm calls if something does go wrong, and they can make adjustments remotely.
GS&P was fantastic in providing that support and understanding of how the system operates and to make it more user-friendly.
Gresham Smith & Partners has developed a proprietary software system called GlyCast to determine how much deicer would be applied to aircraft each year, and once you have that data, you can size the treatment system.
The solution is compliant, it's green. Our airlines now have a predictable, manageable cost structure, which they're comfortable with. It's an issue they don't have to worry about. And then on the other stakeholders is the host community, the city of Warwick and the surrounding neighbors. They wanted something that their pristine streams and ponds remain the same. You have a system that is automated and carefully monitored and really achieves an environmental improvement that the community can have trust in.
Deicer, when it's breaking down, has kind of an oniony smell that might be objectionable to the other residents in this industrial park, and therefore we designed the storage tanks to be airtight and have an odor control system on them.
Gresham Smith & Partners was a phenomenal partner. They had the experience of dealing with this type of situation in Portland, Oregon, so they knew how to deal with regulators. They knew how to talk to regulators and convey to them what a system could and could not do.
This was a complicated problem with a lot of stakeholders, a lot of attention, and at the end of the day, we came up with something that was affordable, sustainable, meets its permit requirements, been well received by the community and the flying public. This is an investment that we're willing to stand behind.
Having a facility like this puts us light years ahead of most airports in terms of ensuring and guaranteeing the community that we're going to provide them the best quality of life around the airport as we possibly can.
It's a kind of a tired expression, win-win, but you could tag on a few more wins there, because truly everyone who touched it feels like their voice was heard and an appropriate outcome was reached.